Timeline is December at the South work, and I'm like trying to pop the camera is full on. What I wanted to tell you is sometimes when I was on my journey, let me see if I can count here. But anyway, I will. This morning, we overslept because money's phone didn't go off at 4. We have this phone set at 4 so we go exercise, and we overslept. So I couldn't exercise. So that was the issue here. Um, okay, so one of the things I wanted to speak to you tonight is about health, physical health, spiritual health, mental health, and connecting the dots to your podcast. And what I learned from your Balance and Transformation podcast. Being among a species of unclean spirits, were you a species of pale skinned Negroes, a species of African American black Negroes, a species of the Hispanic Negro is real. The reason why I say species is because each species you have a spirit. Because you have those that are possibly placed or classified under that status, but they might not be of a mixture of an ape, a dog, or some other beast-like animal um, that is unnatural and cause them to have an unnatural spirit. Okay, so what I noticed here in Annapolis, there are a lot of people here going about today, especially that physically are not healthy in appearance, and those that are healthy in appearance mentally, by the words they speak or their actions, they're not healthy. They do things that are like animals. For instance, spiritually, for instance, attacking someone's genitals um, in the open, or they speak about how they paid for something and say the word paid constantly as they attack someone's genitals in an open. That's connected to the actions of being civilized. And so if you are saying you paid for something, but you yourself is not in a constitutional code, and you yourself is classified as a beast, an animal, a savage, a species, a slave, that is definitely imbalance. Something's wrong with that. So you are not free. You are being used and recycled in the medical system. Either you on pain relievers because you yourself have experienced sharp, force pains from others, or you have a condition that could have been healed, but because we are among unclean spirits are able to cause disease and conditions medically, you didn't know about it, whatever the reason is, but after a while you decided to be, you were transformed. And so if you yourself is seen as a product, a slave, and you are being recycled in the medical systems that are not for healing, or to not for healing, therefore to make money, um, um, profit, not the other ones that are definitely for healing, then how can you have paid for anything? It's not. So because you are a slave. That is in connection to the United States Navy and Army, who have to take an oath or affirm to uphold the constitutional laws that are laws of freedom. So if they haven't taken the constitutional law, haven't taken an oath or affirm to uphold the constitutional law, they themselves are seen and classified as slaves, a species, beast, animal, what have you, and they are being used by a foreign agency or foreign jurisdiction, and so in that that is the process of slave breeding. So this explains some of the behavior spiritually and mentally, and not only that, they could possibly be aged. So if they if those that have been taken the oath or from the uphold these divine laws of freedom and recognize Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, 13, and uphold or take an oath to affirm or uphold the 13th Amendment 20 sections are sending sharp pains, causing disease. They're classified as being an animal, a beast, a species, or something else. Okay? What? So what? So the thing is, um, what is the whole? What I'm trying to get at? What is the whole um, agenda? Okay. So, okay, getting back to the United States Navy and Army that haven't taken an oath or firm uphold these divine laws and freedom. So if they are used or if they have been trained for combat, okay, and instead they are being used as slave breeders on this landmass. Maybe they're retired, maybe they're not, and they are being used by foreign agencies to send sharp pain spiritually, attack the mind mentally, seduce, spiritually rape, molest, whatever, then that is a very ugly sight. That's chaos. That's chaos. That's havoc. So I was thinking about how so many people in Memphis I have come across are unkept. They listen teeth. You can tell they have a medical condition of some sort. It's not just seeing cold sores on the lips, but they missing teeth. Some of them are can barely walk, obese, a lot of obese, overweight, um, and so I'm connecting the dots. I'm like, you know, even if you are of something else, should you not have the right to live your life in a productive manner where you're not being subjected to an attack spiritually, mentally, that can cause you disease physically, where you are recycled in the medical system, where you have to go get on pain, drugs, go to the pharmacy, go see a doctor, um, spend money. So this isn't so. It then not only that. So what I see is a cycle possibly going, not possibly is. So those that you would look upon as being victims, this is through this spiritual attack. Like for instance, on one video it spoke of sex trafficking. It spoke about how the Asiatic men and women organs were considered to be more superior than that of the white or pale skin, because white is not a true term for them. So, but in that, you don't realize that you are among spirits that are looked to be Asiatic, but then and or of a natural spirit, but they're not. And their organs are no different than the pale skin. The pale skin is no different than the Hispanic because they are a species of an unclean spirit that they created. So the point I'm getting at is what you have here are even and so you might have those who were gradually subjugated, gradually amalgamated in that system where they just kept feeling the sharp pains. Um, they kept being exposed to acts of terrorism, because that's exactly what it is, acts of terrorism, where they just said, I accept the telepathic code. I'll I'll get pregnant. I'll have kids. Just give me something to make me feel good. Give me an emotion. Download an emotion so I can feel good and I can walk around like everything is okay. And so they download an emotion, download a thought, and you have them walking around living out this falsity of what life is. All the while, they're not in the constitutional code, and they are seen as property. Not just property, but property is inanimate. So they see not only that the government see them as beasts or animals, like definitely something that they have to um, be careful of. I just had a thought since. For instance, it's like, okay, uh, you might see someone who is of good stature, demonstrating themselves civilized, and they are trying to they don't cause harm through thoughts, words, and deeds, and they are demonstrating that they are civilized, that they understand what civilization is. They are in a constitutional fold, and other nations recognize them as being a part of the human family. When I say a part of the human family, in the Holy Quran, Circle 7, Chapter 1, it says, Spirit man was given a human soul. Okay, that doesn't mean we just human, but it said that we were given a human soul. So a part of us, that soul is human. Okay, so the governments in different nations see us and recognize us as being a part of that human soul, that family. That we each and individually have a human soul, but we are spirit man first. And not only that, because we have a nationality, we learn and we have been taught who our ancient forefathers were and we are still today without doubt, contradiction. So we can demonstrate this. Now, on the other hand, when you have animal or beast, or that they classify, you ask them what is your nationality, who are your forefathers, and they look towards a dog, they look towards an ape, they look towards something that was experimented that can manipulate technology, manipulate a cell phone, manipulate a computer, cause blackouts. Then you see why some police might act aggressive, why some United States Navy and Army or military officers who, I'm not saying they have not taken an oath or affirmed, I'm just that it would be the characteristic, because if you've taken an oath or affirmed to uphold these divine laws of freedom, there's a certain identity. You have taken an oath, you have affirmed to uphold laws of freedom. So you are representing an organic instrument that is recognized in your country, and when you travel outside this country, you are recognized. So when you have not, and you cannot, and you are considered to be a slave, you are being slave bred, your property, or whatever the classification they have you as, then you behave as such. So what I see here in Annapolis, Maryland, which is not all over, which is all over the United States, obviously, because the United States rate 35 in health, Dwayne Bafile, and many statistics, so that's very low. It's in red. So that tells other nations how much the government really cares about the inhabitants of this landmass. Because in other industrialized countries, there are 34 other countries that are considered healthier physically than the United States. Islam. So if you have other countries around the United States, 34 other countries that are considered healthier and they're industrialized, what are they doing that this jurisdiction isn't? And yet you have those such as myself giving testimony of experiencing force sharp pains by unclean spirits that have the science of telepathy, seeing what obviously what has been done in reference to other citizens in one city. Like I said, it's no joke. Many, too many people in this one little city, and this is just not in Annapolis though. They look unhealthy, and they are definitely recycled in the medical system. And here I am, Imani Gray-Bey, Iron to Arrington-Bey, as a natural divine being, implementing natural law, is telling you I am experiencing force sharp pains by unclean demonic spirits. Many times those that either imply or are in the United States Naval Army are around close by. I don't know who's doing it because we don't have the science of telepathy. We reject it. In Monty Gray -Bey and I. But obviously it's being done. And so it's not just me, but you have once again the entire United States is in red because the citizens are being constantly subjugated and recycled back into the medical systems. The medical systems that are for making a profit and not for healing. Not only that, obviously too many of them are considered to be slaves, beasts, animal, and property. They're classified as that. White is not a nationality. You know this the way about the Hispanic is not a nationality, and Black African American is not a nationality. Pale skin is not a nationality. So this is something that I experienced. Even while I say that, I'm feeling a dull, sharp pain here as someone just spoke. I'm at a Whole Foods in Annapolis, Maryland. Now, I'm not able to send these sharp pains to anyone, and I wouldn't want to do it. Another thing I noticed going back to Bay, what I do is send prayers out to natural life forms of the earth. And the reason why I do this is because I see how the natural life forms, the natural birds, they've been replaced. You have natural marine life being replaced with a replica, natural dogs, cats, insects, natural, as I said, reptiles. So you have, so the spirit of Mother Earth is definitely under a complete attack. The Natural Grand Sheik spoke about how there's a entity that wants to enslave all and have perpetual slavery. And if, on a thought process, on a physical plane, you can think of a people, but you never think about the animals, the wildlife, the reptiles, and the marine life. You don't think about that, but if you are actually recreating something else than what it is, so you're taking from the natural host and you replicating something else, like they say they do to people, they replicate the people. You all of a sudden a woman or a child comes up missing and it's being replicated or made into something else. Maybe one of these males or females are able to control technology. Then that is a direct attack, going back to the natural wildlife, that is a direct attack on the spirit of Mother Earth and the universe. And so not only are they doing this, they're doing it in the open. So what I do now, and I encourage your mind to do, is pray for the natural, as a natural being who has been naturalized under natural law. I pray for the natural wildlife as well, the natural birds, the natural insects or marine life, the plants. I mean, here they have organic food, the plants. I pray for them because if they are able to replicate different things such as animals or other marine life, then what else are they able to? And the reason why I said organic, because that's exactly what it's stating. It's saying organic. So it's saying, well, why do they have to use the word organic? That's all. What's the difference? What's the difference between organic and non-organic? It's just like the Constitution. When I looked up the Constitution of 1787, Abraham Lincoln's of 1787, I looked it up, and this is in Black's Law Dictionary, and it says this is an organic instrument. Organic means alive instrument. You have to be considered to be alive according to constitutional law, for those constitutional rights to apply to you. So what's the difference between organic and non-organic? Islam. That's why I use the word. So I pray for the plants. I pray for many natural life forms. Let me. I guess that's it. And one of the things also I wanted to tell you, Dwayne, about Arrington-Bey is, as I'm implementing my constitutional rights by speaking about some of the things I experienced spiritually and mentally. I was going to say, Dwayne, I cannot, like, I was reading your tweets, and this is, oh my gosh, this is the kind and I don't know how you feel exactly, but I just wanted to tell you that in reference to unclean demonic spirits, I was like, it doesn't matter what the unclean demonic spirit represent themselves or demonstrate themselves to be, whether it's a wolf, a bear, a troll, a succubus, an incubus, whatever it may be, it's unclean and it's going against natural law. And that's the same. So in that, these are my thoughts. I'm not saying you're wrong. These are my thoughts. So in that, I think it's important to, for me, yes, I know the characteristics, to learn the characteristics, but to also just classify them all as what it is. They are unclean and demonic spirits, with whatever it may be. It's unclean and demonic, and they're going against what is natural, what Allah created, in which that includes love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Okay? And when I keep that thought process, all right, I can see the extermination of that which is going against it, because they're going against natural law. So it's not like I'm big and bad. These unclean spirits are going against natural law. They are trying to break down that natural thought process, that natural energy. They have attacked the spirit of Mother Earth and the universe by tampering and trying to change a whole new reality that's not real. So I don't have to speak. I don't have to. I don't put them in like separate categories, even though it's good to know the characteristics of each and every one of the demonic spirits. But I do know that their time is short and ending. And like the National Grand Sheik say, I think he said, this thing is about to come down. Yeah, or something like that on the video about the birth certificate. He's right, I can see it. Also, I'm your wife. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm your wife. I'm not gonna settle. I'm your wife. If you want me to move or you're not gonna step up, I guess you can tell me. But I'm sticking by. I'm your wife. I don't take every word you say personal. I don't look at every word. Like if you have the word move or boundaries or stuff like that, I don't take it personally. Until you tell me, or until you take the initiative, because you're a man of action, to have me removed completely or we separate, I'll continue, because I know I'm your wife. And because you can do that. The National Grand Sheik can send a letter. You can do that. You are a wealthy man. So, but I'm standing on truth. And it's not because of the slave breeding that I'm among, because especially once your eyes are open and you see you among unclean spirits, they send in sharp pains. You have masses of people walking around unhealthy, And instead of them learning from what happened to them, they start behaving just like what caused them to be unhealthy. So instead of them saying, I'm not going to, look what happened to us, they have been subjugated and transformed, or some would say under a spell, and they behave just like what was done to them. So they send in sharp pains. They're attacking the genitals. They're trying to rape and molest. They're having kids after kids, maybe, and whatever. So they in the whole slave breeding process. So it would be easy for me to say I'm your wife out of fear, or stay connected to you because of wanting protection. But I'm saying I'm your wife. I'm implementing natural law, and in natural law, Islam, there's truth, and I must stand on truth. Just by me speaking the words of truth as much as I can and demonstrating the spirit of truth is powerful. It is truly powerful. So, Islam. Talk to you later.